Okay, people, this isn't ideal, but I did the sweepstakes video at work on Thursday. I got a work colleague to uh, film me opening all the envelopes for you guys that are not work colleagues. And Thursday night, I tried to get it off my iPhone to my computer in Windows 10, but for some reason, I could not get my computer to recognise my phone as a separate device. I just couldn't do it. I spent 2 hours reading all information on the internet, wouldn't have it. So went back to work Friday. You can't open envelopes for a second time, so was working out what to do. When I read some more internet stuff about flipping your lead, and it can be very tetchy. So I came home last night, flipped my iPhone lead and wiggled it about and all that, and somehow I managed to get it to recognise my device. And this is where it went wrong. I decided, because I don't need the video on my phone because it takes up room, I would cut it and paste it to my PC. So I did that, and then it wouldn't play. I thought this was because it's like Apple security, you know, it's an MOV file, and I'm using Windows 10. So I played around with iTunes, downloaded a VLC player, could not get it to play. So I enlisted the help of a friend that's much better with computers than me, sent the file to her because she reckoned she could sort it out, and she was unable to. She said it was so corrupted, she has no clue what I've done to it. So all I fear is it's some kind of Apple security that does not want to work with anything else, and perhaps I should have not tried to throw it to my Windows 10. But long story short, there seems to be no way I can recover the video of me opening the envelopes, for which I'm very, very sorry. So this is like a makeup video. I could just list down who got what team, but that seems very hollow. So once I opened everybody's envelopes, to save time, to save writing them down, I put people's tickets back in their envelope so that this weekend, when I got home in my own time and need to handwriting, I could write down who got what. So the envelopes are all still here. Just my work colleagues' ones aren't open yet because I haven't seen them all. However, what I'm going to do to still give it some, I don't know, dramatic draw purposes. See, work colleagues' video envelopes still not open. I've seen some of them, but there's about 10 colleagues I've still yet to see. But everybody else that bought sweepstake, and I thank you very much for that, by PayPal, their envelopes are here with their tickets still in. So I'm going to do them again on, this is a webcam video, hence you can see my messy office behind me, aka my front room. Also, in future for my games and sweepstakes or whatever, if I run them, I've got to be very careful with PayPal because they've suspended my account, telling me I'm money laundering and I'm not allowed to run sweepstakes and illegal lotteries, etc, etc. So before the 20th September, if I want to get the funds from my account and have it restored to good standing, I've been told I have to delete both my BLM Fantasy Games address and my Blue Lion Man personal email address from the account. I have to set up a new email account and put that new email address into PayPal and only use that and not use it for any gaming purposes. So I have to be very careful with any of you sending me money in the future if we're going to use PayPal, and I must ask nobody to mention in the PayPal messages when you send money to mention anything about games, gaming, sweepstakes, anything like that, because I believe the reason they've done this to me is they do an audit every so often and they've read messages and they've basically said that I'm gaming through their website, and that's not allowed. So that's really annoying me because I didn't really want to have to set up a new email address somewhere. I've only ever used those two, one for my games, one for my personal stuff, and now I've been told I must remove them by the 20th of September. My account is locked. So anyway, carrying on now. Andy Smith, you bought the second to last envelope. Actually, you lot won't see this. I decided and it's probably just as well, I didn't want to go in for my own game. I did, but with so many people buying by proxy, I didn't think it would be fair. So actually my cameraman that filmed me in the video that's now corrupted at work on Thursday, he bought the very last envelope left rather than it being mine. And he opened that after the camera finished. So I can tell you all, he got the Miami Dolphins, if memory serves me correctly. His name's Fahid Khan. So thank you, Fahid, and sorry that the video you took is not on here. But anyway, so Andy Smith. Yay. Ticket must be in here somewhere. Oh. Here we go. Andy Smith. You, my friend, have the New Orleans Saints. So the reason I put that back in the envelope is so that I can remember who you have without watching the video and write them all down in my book later. So that's the first one. Right, the next person we have is Tanya Rogers. Thank you for having a go, Tanya, and getting your boyfriend to send the money. Best of luck. Can't remember who you got. Oakland Raiders. Normally, I wouldn't think they're a good draw, but that was really gutsy going for that 2-point conversion last weekend in week 1, and they won the game on the road at New Orleans. So, who knows where they end up? William Britton. So that's Tanya's boyfriend, I do believe. Whoa. The Indianapolis Colts. Is that coming out on my camera? I think so. Normally I would consider them a good draw, but seeing as my Lions beat them, yay, last weekend, not so sure how their season's going to go. Andrew Luck is still a quality quarterback, though. That's what we love about the NFL. Let's be honest, it's every year it's open. Who can say who's going to the Super Bowl this year? No one. Oh, sorry. Ricky Pierce. A personal friend of mine I don't see anymore, now lives in Ealing or somewhere in London. He's a Packers fan, I know that, but who has he drawn? Oh, the Cleveland Browns. All I can say there, Ricky, is you have a very good chance of getting your tenner back, because I think worst team of this season is going to be either the LA Rams, because they were shocking when I watched them against the 49ers the other day, or the Cleveland Browns. I think they're the two teams involved in the toilet bowl. Right. Alan Roberts from TFP. Big Al. See who you got, my buddy. Dun dun dun. Baltimore Ravens. Well, they've been there before. Not sure how they're going to do this year. But don't forget, everybody, if the team you draw wins their division, you get 20 quid. So you've doubled your money, whatever. So everyone's got a 1 in 4 chance of that. Mike Lewis. Drum roll. Now that is a good draw, sir. Carolina Panthers. Last year's runners-up. I know they lost week 1, but I think they're still going to be there or thereabouts. Drew Johnson. My friend, the ship's captain. We were sad not to have you in the TFP Originals League this year because of work commitments, but glad you're still taking part in some games. See who you got. Tennessee Titans. I think they're improving, but I'd be surprised if they go to the Super Bowl. Although I do remember a Super Bowl with them in, with Steve McNair. They fell very short, didn't they? Who'd they lose to? The St. Louis Rams, I think it was at the time. Okay. He must have known he wasn't going to get the best of draws, because Drew had 2 goes. So, let's see if your second draw's any better, my friend. Dun dun dun. The Atlanta Falcons. Whoa. Okay. Again, I'm not sure how they're going to go. I think they lost week 1, didn't they, to Tampa Bay? So, any given Sunday, as they say. Okay, my friend from down in Bristol, another TFP original, James Taylor. Let's see who you've got. I think you're an Eagles fan in real life, and now you're also a Houston Texans fan. So, there we go. Okay, Chris Parks, another TFP original. And my TFP original Super Bowl I winner. And you, my friend, have drawn the New York Jets. I think they won on the road in Buffalo to start week 2, didn't they? Not sure. I think they lost week 1. Okay. Another new person from TFP. Ryan Parker. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I've been there before, and they looked pretty good, I think, against the Falcons. Okay. Christopher Smith. The other New York, the New York Giants. Never count them out. If Eli Manning behind centre, always have a chance. Ah, another TFP original. John Cartwright from down Southampton way. Come on, man. Where's your ticket? Oh, here we go. Ah, I don't like them as they're a rival. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. You got the Chicago Bears if you didn't see that ticket. Just do it again. I don't know what to say. Sorry, buddy. Maybe if you drew them in the 80s, it was a good shout. Mark Pearson. Never met him in person, but he does a lot of my games, and I thank you for that, Mark. You do very well as well. And you have drawn, oh, I hate this team, but you're always in with a shout, probably division winner, the Green Bay Packers. And it looks like I've ripped my ticket there. Damn, so I like to use them every year. So, Mark Pearson got the Green Bay Fudge Packers. Okay, Sean McEachin, a merchant seaman from up in Campbelltown, I do believe, in Scotland. Again, never met in person, but does a lot of my games. Ah, you, sir, have drawn my favourite team, which probably means you're not going to the Super Bowl. The Detroit Lions. But I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they win it all, my buddy, and I'm paying you out at the end of the year. Okay, Andy Duna. I hope I pronounced that correctly. He's from Switzerland. Bern, I believe. Does a lot of my games. And he's had a couple of... I think he's bought 3 sweepstakes. So your first draw. The Cincinnati Bengals. Not bad. Definitely think they'll be going to the playoffs. Who knows? Maybe they'll win their division. Your second draw. Whoa. Philadelphia Eagles. Again, I'm not sure how they're going to do. And your last draw. Oh, how lucky are you, Andy? The New England Patriots. They are always there or thereabouts under the supreme leadership of Bill Belichick. Always in with a shout, and most likely division winners for that division. So, okay, Wesley Lang, again another new person from the internet. I believe he's in TFP. Starting to do my games. You, sir, have the Buffalo Bills. Ah, I think they're off to an 0-2 start. Don't think Bill Parcells is having an easy time there. I think it's Bill Parcells. Is he the head coach of the Buffalo Bills? Don't hold me to that. That's what my memory tells me. I can picture him in my head. I'm just not sure if I'm getting the name right. Okay. Ian Conquest. I'd like to thank you for sending the fee that PayPal took because you sent it as a business transaction. Thanks for that. To make it square so I can pay out the winners. And your team is... Oh, last year's winners, the Denver Broncos. Well, they've got a bloody good defence, but can they repeat with, well, inexperienced quarterback? They did win first game though against Carolina, and that's no mean feat to do 2 games back to back, seeing as they beat them in the Super Bowl last year. I would have been very happy with that draw. That was mine. Okay, Andy Watt, another TFP guy. It's also in my TFP auction draft, I believe. Who have you got, sir? Whoa, not bad. Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, they were my tip for winning it all this year at the end of last season. With the injuries and the suspensions, not so sure, but I think they'll be there or thereabouts. Actually, I could be wrong, but I'm actually thinking you might actually be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan yourself, so drawing your own team is always great to root for. Okay, Ryan Dowse, another new person on TFP. If everyone's wondering what the hell TFP is, it stands for the Fan Pub, and it's a website one of my TFP originals set up by the name of Adam Philbin, and it's a great community where everybody just, I don't know, talks about betting, gambling, but mostly American sports. A lot of NFL because we're NFL fans, but it's for any American sports. So if you're into the NBA or the MLB, is it Major League Baseball, NBA, National Basketball Association, and whatever the NHL, is it National Ice Hockey League? Oh, anyway, sorry, Ryan Dowse, you have drawn the Dallas Cowboys. Don't think they did too well week 1. Not sure if they won or lost. I think they lost. What I do know is Des Bryant had a fat goose egg in fantasy. And this was the first work colleagues to have opened theirs because I've written what they got. So this is Stuart Aylward from my work. And he drew the Seattle Seahawks. It was a good draw. And his mate drew, his mate's name is Bootsy McMahon, and I had to stop myself from laughing because he drew the Los Angeles Rams, who are my tip for being the worst team this year on the strength of what I saw them put up against the 49ers. Anytime a team has more punts in the game than it has first downs, especially in week 1, you have a serious problem. Anyway, any teams that haven't gone belong to my work colleagues, so I still need Govind Nayi, Mike Roberts, he's a driver, a Royal Mail driver from my work, Alex Woodford, he's a part-timer on the FSM, that stands for the Flat Sorting Machine at work, Wayne Geary, he's a friend of mine at work from Let's Sort Him, he's currently on holiday in Australia, Nikki Watts, a night shift worker at my work, so I only see her when she's on overtime. David Kahn, who works in revenue protection. Danny Bingham, who instructed me to make sure he only had his envelope picked when there was 4 left. So this is yours from the last 4, Danny. He's another Royal Mail driver. And oh, here's my cameraman's one, Fahid Khan. This is the one that would have been mine, but I sold to my cameraman in the first video that went defunct, and he opened it and he got the Miami Dolphins. He's not really into NFL or any sports, but I'm hoping perhaps if he can watch or follow how they're doing and they have a chance to win in their league, it will get him into the sport. Anyway, again, my sincerest apologies to everybody that the first video got corrupted and didn't work. I'm sorry this has taken 20 minutes nearly to do, and it's not well lit, and the screen is shining back off my glasses. Maybe I should have took them off, but anyway, I will load this to YouTube and get it on TFP, and then once everyone's had a chance to have a look at it, within a week I will list down on TFP who's got what team. That way I've got the rest of this week to get all my work colleagues to have opened their envelopes, and then I can say who's got what from the remaining ones left to open. Anyway, thank you for having a go. That's me, Noel Simmons, aka Blue Lion Man, out of here. I hope you have fun following your teams throughout the season, and may the best team win. And if not, may the luckiest team win. But I prefer it if the Lions win. Who loves you, baby?